Hey, everybody. Welcome to this market update. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist here at VerifiedInvesting.com. Now, in today's video, I want to look at the indexes, the S&P, the Nasdaq 100, and key stocks that have seen major sell-offs just in the last couple days. Where are the technical levels? Are there buying opportunities and what to expect? So let's get right into the charts here and take a look. Here we have the S&P 500. Now, if you tuned into the game plan this morning, you saw that we did talk about this trend line right here, which I said would likely be support. Well, sure enough, look at this. The S&P fell into that level and did get a technical bounce. Now, granted, it's only around midday here on the East Coast, so half the day is over. But this is a sizable S&P bounce here. And again, what does this mean? Why did I label these numbers? And the answer is very simple. When you use technical analysis and you have an upsloping trend line with price hammering from above on it, what you know is you never get a breakdown. Well, I shouldn't say never. It's very rare you get a breakdown first hit. Second hit, very rare. Third hit, very rare. And you can really expect bounces off of each one. The fourth hit is a 50-50. So in this case, 50-50, remember that's equal odds on both sides. You are getting the technical bounce. But this is the kicker. When you look at this chart, let's just say we bounce up into Friday or next week. Remember, Jerome Powell speaks on Friday. When you come down again, inevitably we will because it's an upsloping trend line. The odds of what on a fifth hit are now 60-40 to a break. And if we bounce again and then come back in on this, and let's extend that trend line out a little bit more, the odds are now 70-30. And so the idea is the more times, especially starting on number four is the question mark, right? This one, very unlikely it breaks, very unlikely it breaks, very unlikely it breaks. This one, again, is 50-50, 60-40, 70-30. And if you keep bouncing and hitting 80-20, and even 90-10, you get to a point where inevitably you're going to break to the downside. So right now it looks like the S&P is getting saved today. I'm not entirely surprised by this, folks, because if you think about it logically, there's only so much selling that's going to go on before we hear from Jerome Powell on Friday. Remember, Jackson Hole all week. They're meeting there. The Fed is talking about rate cuts and the economy. And Friday, we will have our big speech from Jerome Powell. And that will be the determining factor. Do the markets bounce? Do the markets pull back? All of these things. Now, amazing because we've seen massive deleveraging in names like Palantir, Robinhood. In fact, I traded Robinhood today in the live day trading room. We banked about $3,000 on that trade. Ben, my head trader, he traded Palantir. He made money on that as well. This was a great trading day in the live day trading room here at Verified Investing. So let's go over a few other things. So first, before we do that, the QQQ. Look at this. This is the parallel trend line that I have shown you guys the last couple days. Again, look, we pierced it. It looked like it was breaking, and they're saving it. Now, listen, it's still early in the day, so let's see what happens. But again, very crystal clear right here where we have a parallel that gave us our exact high here and here and here. And then our lows, if we flip that arrow around, 1, 2, 3. And again, what do we know? This is a 50-50, right? So 50-50, we don't know. Is it going to break today? Is it not? Still, again, it's intraday. We have to watch to see, but really, really interesting. Now, if this breaks, we have to see, does it confirm? Confirms, good night, market. Then I think you start to get a much bigger correction. Right now, in all fairness, if this holds, what can we potentially see? Well, we could see a small bounce and then a pullback, or it could honestly go back to the high end. I mean, who's to say it can't do that? There's always that chance as long as the parallel channel holds. Okay, very, very important there. Now, quickly just touching base on the 10-year yield. 10-year yield is coming in. What type of pattern is this? It is a classic bear flag. It does favor the downside. It doesn't really tell us much about what Jerome Powell will say because for all we know, he'll be a little more hawkish and it could go back up. As long as it doesn't get it back above this level here, this trend line, let's say around 4.4% now because it's upsloping, it's still a bear flag, and eventually it should resolve itself to the downside. NVIDIA, look at this flush on NVIDIA, pierced gap fill and support, but look, it's making its way back up, coming back in, but really Palantir's the big one, guys. We in the trading room were buying this below 150 and dollar cost averaging, and then really got our average down to about 145, and then boom, look at that. It's back above 150. Good profits for members there in the live day trading room. All right, what was the one I traded today? I actually had two trades today, but one of them was this one here. This was Robinhood. I bought the even number Pierce of 100, which was right here, guys, right here. There's a little technical level. Look at this. Again, look at that. Look at that. All right. First of all, you have a wedge, but ignore the wedge. You know, we can even take away the wedge. Look at this. High pivot, consolidation, broke up, support. Broke up, tried to break, held, went up. So where should it bounce? Right there. Boom. Look at that bounce. Very cool stuff, guys. Again, listen, on a bigger scale, that was just a day trading level, right? I'm not looking to swing trade Robinhood on the long side. In fact, I think it's going to go lower. This is what I'm monitoring now, folks. This trend line basically right here. Where does it close? If it closes below, it could float, but I would eventually expect a bigger rollover. By the way, I want to show you this chart, guys. URA, head and shoulders pattern on URA. This is uranium. It did trigger, but again, I just want to show you this. This was a pattern I've been following. And look at that beautiful head and shoulders pattern. I mean, that is a thing of beauty, and it triggered yesterday, more downside. Now, listen, when you break here, it doesn't mean it's not going to get a bounce. It could get a bounce. What it means is this neckline now, or this trend line, becomes major resistance, and it should reject it to the downside. All right, so big stuff on that one. Target today, we talked about the bear flag going into earnings, and there you have the drop. It's not a huge drop. I mean, we're down about 5.5% on that stock. And then let me see. It was Hardy. This was the other one I traded. Hardy Industries. James Hardy Industries. This was a great one, guys. So on this, I picked it up right down here at $18.23. We sold it at $18.77 right here. Great day trade. You can see it's come back down. The reason I want to show you this, right? And I want to explain this, guys. When I'm trading, it's not arbitrary, right? It's not like, oh, let me just close my eyes and throw a dart at the board and hope my level is a good level. There has to be factors. And it's not like, oh, I believe in something. Markets don't care what I believe, what you believe. They don't give a crap. It's all about the levels. All right. The levels are the only way I have an edge in this market. So if we go back to this one, I want to show you guys this. If you zoom all the way back, there is a gap fill right over here, right here. All right. And again, I know this is hard to see, but I'm going to put it in right there. And I want to, maybe I can zoom in and show you guys if I zoom in. Look at this. See right here? It closed and then gapped up the next day and started its bull run. And look, all of these tops right here. See this right here? Right in here. That's a huge amount of support. Absolutely huge amount of support. And lo and behold, what did we get? We made money. That was another $3,000 winner today. It's been a good trading day, guys. Amazing trading opportunities. I think we had 4 or 5 trades, all winners today. Oh, by the way, guys, don't forget, the afternoon trading room on Wednesdays is free. It is free, folks. It's on YouTube, on verifiedinvesting.com. You can go watch it there. You can even, I don't know if you get to comment or not, but the point is, if you want to see into the live day trading room, potentially we take trades. If there's action in the afternoon, we talk about trading. Make sure to come check that out because it's free. It's free, and you get to taste test the live day trading room. You'll see our cockpit that we use, which shows our screens. You see our exact entries, our exact exits. You see our P&L. Like, it is as transparent as anything. And that's for you guys starting at 1:30 today, all the way to 4 o'clock. We always have a good time in there, by the way. We're traders, we're friends, and we have a good time. So anyways, I wanted to go over that. But on that note, folks, I'm going to bid you farewell. I just wanted to give you a market update. Some interesting action today. Big flush in the markets early, but we are recovering. Remember, today is Wednesday. Jerome Powell is on Friday. I think the market's probably go into a holding pattern from here on out. Now that we've had corrections, a little bit of the inflated asset prices, like on a Palantir, that's come in significantly. It probably goes into a sideways chop until we get Jerome Powell on Friday. Then we'll reevaluate. Have a great one, and thanks for tuning in, guys. Take care.